We'll go ahead and get the meeting in order. It's November 16th, 2021. It's now 6:30 p.m. We're having this meeting by Zoom. If I get Cherish to call roll.
Absolutely. Magistrate Coldiron,
Present.
Magistrate Humphrey,
Present.
Magistrate Riley,
Present.
and Judge Executive Chuck Dills.
Present. Moving down to item 4A, approve the regular minutes from November 2nd, 2021 on item 3.
Having read the minutes of November the 2nd, 2021, I make a motion we approve as presented.
I'll second.
I have a motion made by Magistrate Coldiron, a second by Magistrate Humphrey. All in favor by saying aye, raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Appears all in favor. Moving down to 4A, approval of claims on the general fund, the road fund, the jail fund, along with all transfers presented November 16th, 2021.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve the claims that's drawn on the general fund, road fund, jail fund, along with all the transfers presented and dated November 16th, 2021.
I will second.
I have a motion made by Magistrate Humphrey, a second by Magistrate Riley. All in favor by saying aye, raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
There's all in favor, motion carries. Moving down to item B, I received a letter a couple weeks ago from the Grant County Extension Board, Chris Ammerman, with recommendations for appointments. There's one vacancy, and then there's one recommendation for a reappointment. The first one is a motion to reappoint. It's a motion to reappoint Carolyn Thomas Thompson to the Grant County Extension Board from January 1, 2022 to December 31st, 2025.
I make a motion to approve the reappointment of Carolyn Thomas Thompson to the Grant County Extension Board from January 1, 2022 to December 31st, 2025.
I will second.
I have a motion made by Magistrate Coldiron, a second by Magistrate Riley. All in favor by saying aye, raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Appears all in favor, motion carries, and Carolyn Thompson's been reappointed to the Grant County Extension Board. Item C is going to be an appointment for Stanley Riley to the Grant County Extension Board from January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2025. Most of you know Stanley Riley has served on that board in the past, and because they can only serve 2 terms, they have to get off the board and then be reappointed back. And he was recommended from the Grant County Extension Board, and I accept their recommendations. So I need a motion to approve Stanley Riley.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve the appointment of Stanley Riley to the Grant County Extension Board for a period of January 1, 2022 to December 31st, 2025.
I second.
Motion made by Magistrate Humphrey, a second by Magistrate Coldiron. All in favor by saying aye, raise your hand.
Aye.
Motion carries. And
And
Jacqueline, you're not
Cherish-
voting on it?
Yeah, present but not voting.
Okay. Did you get
Thank
that,
you.
Cherish?
Got it, guys. Thanks.
Okay. Moving down to item D. It's a second reading of ordinance number 0009-2021-0254. It's an ordinance relating to an amendment to the Grant County zoning map from A1 to R1A. We had our first reading last week, and just to brief you on the ordinance, it's actually Timothy and Sharon Beach had requested this ordinance change on 2.2 acres located on the east side of Lanningham Road, approximately 0.40 miles south of Arnold's Creek Road, Grant County, Kentucky. It went before planning and zoning. It was approved unanimously by planning and zoning to make this change and that it fit the comprehensive plan. So I need a motion to approve this ordinance for the second reading.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 0009-2021-0254. It's an ordinance relating to the amendment to the Grant County zoning map from A1 to R1A for Timmy Beach.
I will second.
I have a motion made by Magistrate Humphrey, a second by Magistrate Riley. All in favor by saying aye, raise your hand.
Aye.
Here's all in favor, motion carries. I don't have any old business on the agenda to report. Moving down to new business, and y'all received this on the email, and I really wasn't surprised that with the cost of fuel and everything going up, that Kelwell Food Management price increase to the Grant County Detention Center. And if you've read the documentations, there hasn't been a price increase from them since 2017 as our vendor. They've been doing a great job, and they've advised us in writing that they've increased by 5% to cover shortfalls over the past several years. So there's no action needed. I just need to pass that on to you that we're under a contract with them and that they've, after 2017 has requested the 5% increase. Stephen, there's nothing we need to do on this subject, is there?
No, I think pursuant to the contract, they just got to give us notice of the increase.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was
You all
wondering.
received that notice. Is there any discussion on it? Okay. Moving down to reports, judge's report. We've got most of all of our flex funding roads paved off of Reeves Road and also Peaceful Road. We were able to get it done. We've got one more road currently that we're trying to get done before winter, and I'm hoping the weather change or holds out that we can get Morgan Creek paid before then. So, and I know Jacqueline, you'll vouch for that, correct?
Yes, sir. I might be his biggest pest right now, but I'm not giving up from seeing if we could still make it happen in 2021.
Okay, then. Also, and I don't know, Jacqueline, if you've received any complaints or concerns, and this has really just happened in the last week or so. For some reason, Norfolk Southern trains are stopping, and I know they're a lot longer than ever before. They're stopping in the Corinth area, blocking dead-end road crossings. So I spoke to Brian Maines on it. He was reaching out to railroad police. I will tell you from the past, it's been a challenge. I mean, in the last number of years, I've met along with Sheriff Maines with railroad police, and they've told us that they're shorthanded. And we know under federal law that once the engineer and the conductor time out, the train has to stop. They advised us they try to stop them without blocking a crossing, but due to the fact that the trains are probably almost twice as long as they used to be, that they're hitting some of our crossings. Like I said, we've dealt with this issue up in the Sherman area quite often, and now we're starting to deal with it in Corinth. So he's reaching out to them. I'm going to put a phone call out to Senator McConnell's office, and actually I'll be talking with Senator Rand's office here this week. So I'm going to be discussing those issues with them to see if there's any way at the federal level they can help us out any. But I know that it's happening in a number of other counties in the state, and it's just a hard battle to fight with the railroad.
Yeah, I've noticed within just the last month, we've even had Crittenden and Sherman Newtown both held up at the same time. I know it was like for 4 hours.
Well, I don't know if you've been noticing them, but they're running 4 engines or so in the front end, and they're running 2 and 3 engines in the middle of the train.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly how many cars they're pushing, but when they're running 5 or 6 engines, they got a pretty good load going.
Well, and
Yeah.
I think with the logistics of just materials being moved, everything is so slow. They're probably trying to get as much on a lag
Well,
as they
What,
issues with the trucking industry and trying to get these containers shipped out. I know that they're trying to put as much as they can on the rails, and like I said, when these engineers and conductors time out under federal law, they have to shut her down. And when they shut her down, they're blocking some of our crossings. And, you know, it's one thing that they block a crossing for an hour when there's an exit, but it's when they block them for an hour and there is no exit.
Mhm.
Right.
And run across that mainly in the Corinth end of a lot of these private lanes that have no way out to get a medical assistance. So I just want to let you know that we are working on it. If y'all receive any complaints, that we're actively, again, pursuing, trying to get some relief. So I'll keep you updated on that matter. Moving down to manager's report, any of you have anything to report on?
No, I just was going to add to your crossing complaint that I've had some complaints here recently about here at Kendrick Place, and they'd be from Flingsville Road crossing Kendrick Place and all the way through Sherman. They have everything blocked.
Yes.
Again, because of the length of the trains, and you know, it's a no-win situation.
Like what's going on in the rest of the country. Everyone's short-staffed and they're
Absolutely.
hiring and trying to get employees to take those jobs. I know those jobs pay well. It's hard to believe that they can't get people to take them.
Absolutely. That's all I had.
Jacqueline, you have anything to add, or Shauna?
No.
Judge Dills, I was just going to say, I know we had previously chatted that we wanted to like put on letterhead to each of those federal elected officials our concerns. Up until the past 2 to 3 months, to your point, it had not impacted even specifically like TNR, but those kids missed school on Friday to where they couldn't get out. We even had a county employee that had to be picked up by a coworker because they couldn't get across. And so I appreciate the help on that particular one. We've pulled some deeds and stuff to resurrect, potentially that as a county road, which I'll talk with you about that later if that's even a possibility. There's a lot of research that needs to be done. But I just appreciate the efforts and the contacts, because I do know the more of us that call at the federal level, it improves our chances of getting some sort of response. But I will tell you this, the boots on the ground, the citizens have went up and knocked on the train, and those employees, to your point, say we're timed out, we're short staffed, we're beyond hours. And I think it's just a ripple effect of what's happening across this nation with the labor shortage, plus with the logistics of materials. And so I think we just got to stay on it to continue to ask for them to provide us some relief to not have these crossings blocked for so long. I mean, they've been going for several hours, 4 hours at a time plus.
Absolutely. And early on, when it was really bad, mainly in the Sherman area, I've spoke to Megan from Senator McConnell's office several times, actually in person too, reference that issue. And I believe Senator Rand may be in our area this week. I'm supposed to get confirmation hopefully by tomorrow. So I'm hoping to speak with him personally this week. So I'm going to address those issues, see what he can do to help get some relief.
Got it. Thank you. The only other thing I wanted to share is, and which Shauna will probably hit this, public service announcement in regards to, because we won't meet the next time, but I know people will watch this just on December 4th, the country Christmas that will be hosted in partnership with many entities in downtown Williamstown. So parade and vendors and food and lots of activities being lined up by the Chamber of Commerce. So just wanted to make sure folks are seeing that as far as activities are concerned, because we will not meet before then.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot. Moving down to, if no one else has anything, item 8 is our citizens address. If we have anyone that's joined us on Zoom that'd like to address the court.
Hey, I have a quick question.
Yes.
I was just curious. You said that on the railroads that Brian is going to contact the railroad police. Why would you not contact like a representative of the railroad, like like customer service or something like that? Not really customer service, but their representative.
Well, just past experience, Debbie, railroad police is probably the best funnel to get to the right sources. And I will tell you, it's been a challenge. I mean, they're protected by federal rights on that railroad. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to. I believe they feel like they were here before we were. So, and under the federal law, when they time out, they'll stop those trains. And I know, speaking with the railroad police, they've tried to, keep them away from crossings, especially dead end road crossings. But like I said, the trains are a whole lot longer than they were in the past, and it's hard for them to do.
Yeah, I was just wondering, maybe do it two-pronged. Maybe that would help.
Well,
and Debbie,
the public calls customer service. That's their direct number. And they get numerous complaints because when we sit down, and we've met with railroad police personally, not just by phone, and we've had them pull the logs up on them, and customer service is getting those complaints.
Mhm.
But
and that's one thing, Debbie, to your point, it's not just the railroad police. There's many different avenues and folks are calling that. And to Judge Dills's point, I've been telling citizens, continue to call every single time, because it creates the history. It creates the log of what's happening.
Yeah, and the thing is, I was thinking if you guys call too, I mean, the weight of the county is added to it. So not only.
Well, we do. Like I said, I've met with railroad police number of times on these issues.
Mhm.
And like I said, it's just the way the chain of command with the railroad is. Believe it or not, I'd soon speak to them than the customer service to try to get some results.
Yeah, I know
And
one time I wrote a story about it, and there was a it wasn't customer service. I don't remember who it was, but there was a representative I contacted that seemed to know what was going on. But I think it was Nancy or something like that. But anyway.
I'm also aware, I believe there is a phone number at the crossings that you can pick up to call. When you come to a crossing and it's blocked, you can, there's a number there that tells you to call.
And I will tell you, in the past, there's been several hundreds of calls made to customer service because the railroad police had shared that with us on all the calls. They were aware of it. It's sort of like they know it, but there's not a whole lot they're able to do about it. Does anyone else, Debbie, do you have anything else, or anyone else that's joined us have anything to?
No, that's
talk
all.
to the
Thanks
court
for me.
I'm sorry, Debbie.
I just said no, thanks for me.
Okay, not a problem. Hey, I will assure you, we keep trying. So, okay, with that being said, moving down to item 9, just remind everyone that our next meeting is Tuesday, December 7th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. here at the Grant County Courthouse. It will be in person. With that being said, I need a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I will
I'll
second.
Okay.
I
I have a motion to adjourn by Shauna Kolar, and I'll give Roger that second. They were close.
Yeah.
Second made by Magistrate Humphrey. All in favor of saying aye, raise your hand.
Aye.
Hi.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I thank you all for joining us tonight.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good night, you all.
You as well.
Thanksgiving, everybody.